for us top level content from the lower level. We do have a special interview with you guys like we promised. We have them here with us in the studio, the Whiskey Blind Band.
Hey, let's go.
What's up? So, first off, let's go ahead and just introduce ourselves. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm David. I'm the lead singer and lead guitarist of Whiskey Blind Band, I guess.
And I'm Timmy. I just do kind of whatever we need.
Utility man.
Yeah, he's our utility guy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. These guys are the tech guys, and I just run them out. That's pretty much how it goes.
He's supposed to be the tech guy.
Well,
It's mostly Drew.
he's the IT guy for a state job, but yeah.
Hey, I told you at the time, I'm hardware, not software.
Absolutely.
Know how it works in theory.
So you guys got a show tonight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's at the Tazewell County Moose Lodge.
Moose Lodge down Tazewell County.
Mm-hmm.
When we gonna drop this episode? Probably tomorrow.
No, probably as soon as I can edit it. So
As soon as we
try to
edit
get it
this
out.
video, it'll be dropped. So we'll go ahead and edit that. So we got a couple questions for you guys. First thing is we've known each other for a long time. We all grew up together. We all went to school together down here at the great Montcalm High School. We all went to school down there. So my first question is, I've known y'all forever, so I'm going to know some of these answers, but some of these guys don't know the answers. What inspired you guys to start making music and get together?
Well, I mean, I met Timmy when I was a kid, and we started playing music together when I was like 14 years old. That's when I first started playing guitar. So he inspired me on a lot of things. We started learning all kinds of 90s music that we grew up listening to. Got into a band called Coheed and Cambria, very deeply with them. And then we started playing metal, and then we just realized that we could play everything we want to. So we've been every kind of music, every song that we like, we just started picking up on it and learning it. Then we started writing our own stuff. Man, there's no feeling like being able to share that with a crowd of people and being behind some lights with all the equipment that you know that you've worked hard to get. There's just no feeling like that, man. A different type of energy.
Absolutely. And I can definitely say, for one, I can remember growing up in high school and junior high, we had talent shows. I seen you guys' first concerts. So I've been here since day one. So, y'all the Whiskey Blind Band. How'd y'all come up with that name? What other options did y'all have? And you knew that. Y'all knew that was coming.
We tested out a few names at first. We're not gonna lie about that. We had one that had a lot to do. We had a good backstory for it. I'll let Timmy get into that after I explain this. But Whiskey Blind Band, we came up with it we just wanted to sound a little more professional. People would take us a little bit more seriously. So because we knew that the other name that we came up with, even though it had a lot to do with our backstory and stuff, I mean, we knew it would make a lot of people laugh, you know. So we wanted people to know that we meant business when we get on stage. So Whiskey Blind, we do a lot of covers, Chris Stapleton and stuff, and we also try to honor the music that we know that comes from. So the song Etta James, Rather Go Blind, and Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey, we normally mix those, do a medley together on that, just to, honor Etta James, because the music from Tennessee Whiskey came from that song.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we don't really extend it out another 2.5 minutes or so to mix those two songs. And people are like, sometimes people's minds are blown because first of all, they didn't know those songs were associated with each other. And then they just didn't know that I could sound like playing from the 60s.
I get it.
But on the backside of that,
Yeah, I'm interested in this part.
we were just playing as Dave and Timmy and David, two guys with guitars. Whatever combination of words flew on whatever flyer.
Not Tenacious D.
Not Tenacious D. Not Jelly Roll, not Crescent Rolls, just not any form of the things. But, so we played a couple small get-togethers and like some house shows and some cookouts and 4th of July parties and whatever. So the more we played and we started getting around, well, we played one show, this particular show, they had an orchestral thing set up, and they canceled on them last minute. So people's like, hey, these guys are out doing it, whatever. They play everything, like there's not too many things. So we show up, whatever. Great night. The night goes on. Drinks,
Their beer.
party. I mean, it's a party atmosphere, everybody's having fun. we've got banjos, mandos, guitars, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 instruments each. You know, you name it, we was playing it that night. We was having fun.
Yeah.
It was a shindig, a hootenanny, if you will.
Mhm.
So, as everyone else is having fun, some people are indulging a bit more in drinking than others. So, this one particular fellow, his wife really enjoys David's vocals and the timbre in his voice. So, she come up to him, she's like, "Do you know any Doobies?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know some Doobie Brothers. I'll sing you some Doobie Brothers." Whatever chord did it struck in this man's brain, just set him afire. Because he comes out and he's like, "You can have any woman on the planet, but you ain't gonna be at my house hunting for scooch." So he starts getting angry and violent and throws money at us, and he's like, "Y'all get off my property." So we're like Beverly Hillbillies, like banjos, mandos, guitars, all loaded up in a Honda Civic. So we're like just riding back to Mercer County, and we're like, "Hunt for scooch, huh?" And we was like, "I love it." So we tried it out. We test drove it around a couple times, and we love the name.
Yeah.
We designed like a Bass Pro style hat with a big red snapper on it, you know, because why not?
You're right.
And we was like, "Man, we like it." Well, as I said, we were still accepting shows at the time. So the dude from Maryland actually hit us up like, "Hey, we got 2 shows," and we was like, "Oh man, we might not want to tour us for scooch." So we just came back and we was like, "We're the Whiskey Blind Band now."
There you go.
But now, like, hunt for scooch, that's kind of like our catchphrase up there in Maryland.
Yeah. So we filled them in, and you know, we told them, and we didn't embellish it. We just told them what happened. It's like, "Well, tonight we're all hunters." It's like, "Woo!"
There you go.
Well, as soon as y'all release that Bass Pro hat, I definitely want one of those.
Yeah.
We have written a song called "Hunt for Scooch" in honor of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't made it as the band name, but I think it'll be a cool song.
It'll be a good
Definitely.
single.
It's good. It's one of them building blocks that you're gonna have in your band.
Yeah.
One of them ones you can pull out when you make it big. You got that one story.
So I guess it's a story about how we almost died.
So the guy that got mad, you were on his.
Oh yeah, it was his event.
Oh,
Oh man.
Like I said, he just I think he had done paid you partially,
Yeah. Well, he paid me all of it.
and then he just like took a wad of money, was like, "Go on, get," like he'd do it.
yes, sir.
And we were only charging him $150. I think he paid us
Okay.
$300. I was like, okay.
Hey, that worked out.
Well, you already paid me. You don't have to kick my ass either. I'll just leave.
That's funny.
So, I got a question, you know. I don't know you, you know, like how they know you and everything else. So, that being said, coming from the perspective of somebody that doesn't know you, hasn't been to any of your shows, if I were to come to your show, like tonight, what should I expect from the Whiskey Blind Band?
You should expect a lot of Chris Stapleton songs,
Okay.
Tyler Childers songs,
Can't go wrong with that.
any 90s song that you could think of. We'll just throw it in there sometimes. We'll do a lot of Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
This is how I've described it. Imagine you're young and you're in the backseat of your parents' car. J104's kicking.
Oh man.
Hear that? You know, you just get the Matchbox 20s. You get the
Oh,
you know, you get those crossover hits that
Oh,
are
yeah.
country-esque.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're trying to bring.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
I gotta let y'all in a little secret real quick. You said J104. This dude's not even 30 yet. He don't even know what you're talking about.
J104.
But I mean, that's what we try to bring.
Absolutely.
Then all that music's on the Eagle.
Yeah. We're old school now.
Hey, I like the Eagles. Nothing wrong with the Eagles.
My boy Billy Show, yeah.
Yeah.
Grew up to that too.
So I'll just piggyback off of Hunter here. You guys talked about more mellow style. So what kind of made you guys decide? Because I know you guys used to play heavy music. So what made you decide to transition?
Well, I've always played this kind of music. You know, this is what I
Right.
grew up listening to and grew up playing. When I was just now learning how to play guitar, I would sit. Well, we didn't have YouTube at that time,
Yeah.
Right.
so we didn't have all the guitar lessons at our fingertips. So I would just sit at the radio and just listen to it all day. And whenever that song I was working on came back around, I'd start working on it. Or I would just learn the next song that came out.
Yeah.
And then eventually we made it into like a drinking game when we were partying and stuff. You know, I bet David can't learn this song in the first 30 seconds. And if I couldn't, everybody, you know, I had to chug a beer. But
Oh.
if I could, and everybody else had to.
Oh,
And I
nice.
usually drink with them, so.
Just
to be
really was
fair.
no loser.
It's a win-win.
Play drink the beer. What do you win? Another beer.
Oh, we've all been there. So we've all been there.
Heck, I used to have this rule, man, that if I'm on stage and somebody buys me a beer, it's rude not to drink it. I mean, it's just,
Hey, I agree. That would be rude.
just turn it down. No, man, I don't drink.
So,
Like, I don't listen to rock then.
got a question. This is more of like, I just want to know something real quick. Right now, if somebody was to call right now and say they wanted to open for you, who would you guys be over the moon for if they called you right now? Anybody that says, "Will you open my show for me?"
Oh, man,
What person?
there's a couple.
Right.
Think of right off. On this side of it, there's a couple.
One in particular?
Y'all can name a couple, man.
I gotta go to the South Carolina boys. I really like Hootie and the Blowfish, Edwin McCain, those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right now, some of the artists that are modern, I'd probably go with like Sturgill Simpson. Definitely Chris Stapleton, but we end up doing the same songs.
There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe he'd come out with you.
Some people want to hear it again.
Oh, they definitely want to hear it again because we played the same song a couple times.
Right.
See, another one would be, well, definitely Tyler Childers, of course.
Sierra Farrell.
Definitely, yeah. I wouldn't marry her. I'm on my third divorce, but that would be the final.
That's me. So you write your own music too, right?
Yeah.
You have in the past, right? You still write your own music?
Yeah, we're working on a few right now that we're trying to make sure it fits the vibe first of all. But we got a couple that definitely do, and we're just working on the music for it now to make sure that the melody of the vocals fit right. Because we want it to be soulful, and we want to be able to show off our vocals at the same time and not make it too corny. You know.
So how's the process like when you're trying to put music and words together? Because I'm not a musician. I mean, I play the trumpet, but I'm not a
See,
musician
on this side,
at all.
it's a lot different.
Gotcha.
On this side of the music world, because on the other side, the heavier side, it's Andrew's got a pipe above his head, and it could be a song about depression, and
Yeah, right.
anything, because the song titles didn't matter.
Right.
As to
Optimistic pride, fist pumping like chumps. We had those kind of songs.
Captain Does Don't Work in Outer Space. Just
Yeah.
those were bangers.
Little
Yeah.
swirl, I see its face.
Yeah.
So to this, it's a different audience
Yeah.
to where they might not be expecting that. So there has to be something tangible to tie it together.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
we normally try to come up with a hook for the song first of all, and sometimes that'll be in the verse, or sometimes that'll be in the chorus, whatever's necessary, But the hook, of course, is what we do first.
I thought you were gonna say brings you back.
The hook brings you back. We do that cover a lot too. We do
Yeah.
that from Blues Traveler a lot, so that's one that we reference quite a bit.
That's a cover that y'all do. I really like. I like that cover.
Yeah. I mean,
It whoops me.
he feels it on harmonica.
I can't lie, that one whoops me. John Popper is the man.
So you play it on your harmonica?
Yeah.
Harmonica?
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys posted a video not long ago, or it was a live one I was seeing. You guys were playing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was our.
It
That
was
was our
really good,
Maryland
too.
show.
That was in
Oh,
Maryland,
was it?
yeah.
Yeah, that was just an acoustic set, pretty simple setup.
Now, is that the
Drums.
furthest y'all went?
So far, yeah.
We played, what was it, Westport, Maryland?
Frostburg.
We played Frostburg, Maryland, and then we came across into West Virginia and played Kaiser County.
No.
Literally, across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So was this like a weekend thing?
Yeah, it was a whole weekend.
Yeah.
We was out there the whole
Nice.
weekend.
Yeah, the owner of both establishments, Luke Hoover, actually, he's a great guy. Hooked us up with a hotel room, put us in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Man.
Now, you can't beat that. You can't beat that at all.
yeah, it was awesome, man.
So to me, it sounds like locally, you guys are definitely seeing some success for sure, and you guys have 1,000 followers or so.
I think we're 4 shy. something like that.
Yeah, so I mean,
On
you
Facebook.
If,
right?
yeah, it
I
fluctuates.
was gonna say it does.
And then-
It does fluctuate. We've learned that.
And then TikTok, I
I think
think.
we're close to 1,500 now.
And,
Oh wow.
nice.
and then on the other side is like 2,000, and so it's getting there.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you guys have followers from all over. So, what would y'all's idea of success in the music industry look like?
Right now, we're just taking it step by step. We don't want to try to blow up overnight or
Sure.
anything because we know that there is a process with it. So what we're trying to do now is we're in the process of talking over a contract idea with it's not really a label, but they're an independent record label, if that makes sense.
Okay.
An alliance. It's called Rockhouse Music Alliance from down in Tennessee.
Oh,
A guy
wow.
named Andy Serber, who I've been talking to, became great friends with. We talk to him almost every day now, and he's got his own podcast too down there. He's been interviewing a lot of not local musicians, but solo musicians that have been pretty successful in their independent music in that field.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so some of them they'll go on tour, man, and just travel all the time with their own little PA system and just them and the guitar, maybe a loop pedal or something like that to make some rhythms behind their leads and stuff as they play. I don't do it like that. I just do it raw with a guitar and sometimes Timmy on my solo stuff.
That's awesome. That.
But so he's got all kinds of big name independent artists right now that he's interviewing. And right now he's only got two bands, which is Whiskey Blind Band and who was it? Chad Bowman and Skyline Band, right? they're from Tazewell.
Oh shoot.
So we're joining
That's
forces
cool.
right now,
Get down.
making
Yeah.
ourselves available to open for any of those independent artists to come in if they need a band to open for them or a band to play behind them for performance.
That's awesome.
We could just learn
That
a
is
couple of their
awesome.
songs and be ready.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's awesome, man. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I know what keeps me going forward, wanting to do this podcast. What is it that makes you guys want to keep going? What is it that when you get to a show, you know, because there's a lot that goes into the show. The planning's a headache. This technology is a headache.
Oh, that'll fail you every time.
Yeah, right. What is it that when you get there that just makes you like, man, this is worth it? What is it?
I think that just stems back from playing in the past. You know, I don't want to say doing it wrong, but wishing you was smarter when you were younger.
Oh,
In retrospect, everything is a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's like, if we'd done this would have been so much better. If we'd done that. But now we're just like, okay, we know what we need to do. We've made the connections we needed to make. So when you're playing, it's like, oh, this is just like, you know, just playing with my friends and like we're having a good time. It's like, oh, heck yeah, there's people here too. Hey, people, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear that song? All right, let's do that.
Seasoned musicians at this point.
Well, that was a good way to put it, because I mean, we're just starting out with the podcast, and you know, we get into that pressure of trying to be the best we can and do this. But when you look at what you just said, I'm just here with my friends. We're just kicking it, like we're porch talking. You know,
Because
that's an awesome way to look at it, man. That's a great way to look at it.
Because originally, when we was doing the heavier side of music, I mean, if a new guitar or a new pedal came out or a drummer, a new cymbal, he had to have it.
Right.
It's like, it's the newest technology, 7 strings, and this will make you sound like X artist. It's like, okay, go grab it. And we just didn't. It didn't work. So
Right.
then we started playing with just what we had. It was like, that's cool. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes the simple things work. I mean, right now we're recording with an iPhone. The simple things sometimes work. You know,
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So we got you two guys here. Are there other members to Whiskey Blind Band? There's you.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
got Travis Pop on bass and Andrew Schrader playing drums.
okay.
And we're also one of those bands where we want to try to get everybody involved. If anybody wants to come in and throw in some banjo one day and just show up to one of our shows and play along with a couple songs, that would be awesome.
We've had a steel
That
guitar
is
player
awesome.
and a violinist.
Yeah,
Oh.
we have both of them kind of on standby. They're more of I wouldn't want to say part time because the steel guitarist he's a freaking legend. And he wants to play full time. He wants to be able, like us, he wants to be able to play music enough to provide and to survive off of.
Absolutely.
And I'm tired of working my ass off.
Right.
Let's just face it, man.
Yeah.
I ain't built for hard work no more.
I think that we have about like once a week in our group chat somebody brings up that we need this to take off so we don't have to work a 9 to 5 no more.
So I don't know how many more years of work I have left in me.
I've got maybe 3.
I mean, I spent 12 years in the tree industry, man. I'm one of the first to tell you that stuff will break you down. I didn't climb as much as some of the other legends out there that still climb in their 50s. But I don't know how they're still doing it. I really don't, because they're going through knee surgeries and back surgeries and stuff constantly, and still putting on that gear and putting those spikes on and getting up there.
I did it for 2 years. Fastest way to go 80 foot.
Nope. You're not going to catch me up no 80 foot.
I took the easy route.
I ain't scared.
I became certified arborist and helped with management and became a general foreperson and was part of management for a while. And when I went to Nashville, instead of playing music, I went to run a tree company down there. We had some pretty high profile clients and stuff, but I still got out there and climbed with them every once in a while. I got in a bucket and showed them that I could still do it. But man, even that is hard work.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And you shouldn't. People shouldn't. With America being the country that it is, and I'm not wanting to get into politics or anything, but people our age shouldn't be still wondering if they're going to still have a job or still be able to work a job to provide for their families at this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We should have this stuff lined out already.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's rough.
Yeah, it is. So, we don't want to keep you too long. I know y'all got a show down the road here in a little bit. I hope y'all, have a successful show and it rocks out. I got one question for you, Timmy, because I've known you for a long time. This is the right blue and gold, ain't it, buddy?
We'll call it gold.
He's a Michigan fan.
Some would say maize. Some would say maize.
I've seen you out over there.
Hey, so before you guys go, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything?
Absolutely. Floor's you guys.
Y'all got more followers than we got, but you never know.
I mean, we just appreciate you guys having us out. Number one, like I said, we support each other. We really like it. I mean, we're small, man. We're 2.2 miles.
Yeah.
Right?
We're all we got. And I've lived by that motto forever. I mean, Montcalm is family. I mean,
Absolutely.
we might have cousins we don't agree with, but
Yeah.
for the most part, we all know each other in some fashion.
Yeah.
I want to put a little plug there. Rock House Music Alliance. I want to give a big shout out to them. And Andy Serber, man, he's doing some work, man. He's getting a bunch of stuff together. We may even have a chance to play in Mississippi pretty soon.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's
So
man.
I'm hoping,
That is
hoping we
awesome.
can get that going. And we're playing August 9th or August 8th.
Sure.
Yes.
We're playing at some point in time.
We're playing on a Saturday in Pipestem in August. It's either the 8th or 9th. I can't remember without looking at my phone right now, but it's going to be a pretty big event.
Is that the amphitheater show?
It is the
That's
amphitheater
awesome.
show.
Nice.
And there's, if I'm wrong, correct me. There are other musicians that day also, right? So we play a slot and then they play a slot.
I don't think it's that day. I think throughout the whole summer, from March 1st all the way throughout the summer, there's going to be 55 artists performing there.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. And
So
it's
that is
called the
awesome.
Homegrown Music Series is what it is.
Hey, I'm glad
That's
you're doing
awesome.
that. That's awesome, man.
There'll be other guys like Sean Benfield and Jonah Carden that we've played with before.
Matt Deal.
Matt Deal's
Matt
gonna, I
Deal.
think Matt Deal's going to be there. But yeah, Matt Deal's a big friend of ours too, man.
I follow him on TikTok. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've listened to him on the radio for years. So, it's
the
nice
way-
to finally put a face to the voice.
I wouldn't have recognized the dude if I didn't.
No, not at all.
When I met him for the first time, I think you were with me. I heard him talking. I said, "That sounds like the guy from the radio." He's like, "I am the guy from the radio." He's like, "I'm Matt Dale." I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you."
Like, I've heard you for years.
Definitely a huge shout out to him too.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all should
Absolutely.
collaborate with him. Actually, he could probably help you get your equipment straightened out.
You hear that, Matt Deal?
Matt
We need some help.
solid dude.
Oh,
Shoot,
shoot.
it's awesome.
Yeah. So, man, we really appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to stop in here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all having us.
Appreciate it.
One thing I want to leave y'all with, when you talk to Travis tonight, I drive by his house every morning. When you're at that bus stop, tell him to put a shirt on.
He's free in the net.
Hey, he told us one time that somebody drove past his house one time and was like, "Hey, nice tits." He was like, "Thank you."
I lay in on the horn on him every morning.
Every time I pass his house.
Hey, but I appreciate y'all joining us. Thank you guys for coming. I hope y'all have a great show. But this is the basement. It's top level content from the lower level. All right, Max. Hey, bud, I appreciate it, man.